And hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Well, a shock twist has emerged courtesy of transfer guru Federico Romano with inside the Liverpool transfer space. And again, look, at this moment in time, Liverpool are currently on an unbeaten run. Probably the worst unbeaten run. A lot of fans not happy at this moment in time, and a lot of fans are demanding, well, the manager to go, actually, and of course, to put our hand in our pocket and make some more transfers this January. Now, one of the players that we were close to signing, and it was pretty much one hurdle away from being a done deal, was Mark Gayhee back in the last week of the transfer window in August. Now, of course, we need a centre-back. That is clear to see. I think we need a few additions actually across the park, but certainly a centre-back is something that we need to be going for. However, Romano has provided a shock transfer twist, and we are going to be diving into that in today's video. But as always, please do hit the like button and hit the subscribe button for more. But first, before we get into that sort of transfer twist, ladies and gentlemen, there has been an update with regard to Trey Nyoni, according to The Athletic. Apparently, there's interest in him from across the UK and Europe, but he's viewed as an important part of Slot's plans. It's also saying as well that Stefan Bajcetic is expected to be leaving out on loan this winter as well. So we've seen a couple of players been recalled from loan or going out on loan, etc., in the first few days of the transfer window. However, what's being reported by The Athletic is that Stefan Bajcetic is expected to leave out on loan, and there's also interest in Trey Nyoni as well. So we'll see what happens with those sort of developments. But yeah, that's that in terms of the sort of fringe players, young players, if you want to call them that. However, going on to this one here, ladies and gentlemen, this is a bit of a twist, because we've seen with Semenyo, Manchester City looking to get him. It was a player that we were linked with throughout the build-up to the January transfer window, and it looked like as though they were going to be getting Semenyo. Now, one of our top transfer targets from the summer, and as stated, we were a bull hair away from securing this man on a deal. However, now Manchester City want to sign Mark Gayhee in January, as talks and contact has been made. As he says here, Liverpool are attentive on the situation and have been on talks since August, and FC Bayern remain in active talks to sign Gayhee as a free agent. Now, it's an interesting situation now because his contract expires at the end of the season. And people will go, well, wait till the end of the season to sign him. Guys, there's about 11 clubs that are currently interested in getting him on a free transfer. As you can see, Bayern, one of those clubs. But Manchester City wants to go farther and faster. They obviously smell blood. They smell that there's a title race, title challenge on there for them at this moment in time, and want to sign him this January. Now, we know what Manchester City are like. They don't necessarily think like Liverpool. Liverpool are like, well, why are we going to spend £35 million when we can get the player for free in 6 months' time? Which many of you will go, yeah, I like that idea of things. However, they're going out there and trying to get him. I would be all over this if I was Liverpool. Liverpool obviously want the player, but I would be trying to go in and get him on a permanent transfer. But it does seem as though Manchester City are in the race to try and land him this winter. And I mean, talks have started. So if they can negotiate a fee, and they're not afraid to chuck the checkbook at this problem. But this would be another blow for Liverpool. Let's be perfectly honest, because there's not many great centre backs Premier League proven right now. And Mark Gayhee certainly is one of those that would make our team a lot better. And certainly would be a sort of first 11 addition in my personal opinion. So yeah, a bit of a blow, a bit of a shock twist, so to speak. But Manchester City obviously looking at Liverpool's sort of transfer targets and going, yeah, fuck it, we'll get them, we'll go for him, which is kind of frustrating. Yesterday, of course, as well, we did speak about Chiesa. Apparently Juventus are sort of trying to get the player. Federico Romano provided that news that Chiesa would be open to a Juventus return this month, but the deal depends on Liverpool. Again, I thought Chiesa started really well. I think we're missing a trick with Chiesa. He's a player that wants to play for Liverpool, but of course not playing week in and week out. And if your sort of former club wants you, there's a chance to go play week in and week out, then you can't blame Chiesa for wanting this one. But yeah, reports are stating that Juventus are trying to sort of broker a deal, so to speak, to bring him back, and Chiesa is keen on this potential transfer. In other news, Curtis Jones was once again among Liverpool's standout performers as the Reds were held to a 2-2 draw by Fulham, with the midfielder offering an honest assessment of what was said at half-time and why the result proved so frustrating. Liverpool went into the interval a goal down at Craven Cottage after a lethargic first-half display. Their pressing lacked intensity, the tempo was flat, and there was little incision in the final third despite seeing plenty of the ball. While there was a noticeable improvement after the restart, it ultimately only yielded a single point. Speaking to the media after the match, Jones revealed that the half-time message was as much about mentality as tactics. In the first half, we had the ball a lot, we tried, and it didn't come off as much, he said. At half-time, we spoke about that we've got to show more heart and things like that. That's what we went and did. We came back with 2 goals, and then they go and score a goal like that. It's hard to take. The numbers support Jones's view that Liverpool improved after the break. The Reds generated double their first half expected goals, registering 6 shots compared to 4 before the interval. Even so, those figures remain underwhelming, particularly given how laboured Liverpool looked for long spells and how difficult they found it to break Fulham down. A familiar issue following the 0-0 draw with Leeds on New Year's Day. Across those 2 matches, Liverpool have created 5 big chances and accumulated 3.45 XG, according to FOTMob, a return that underlines the attacking inconsistency that continues to plague them. Jones admitted the timing of drop points made the outcome even tougher to accept. If you're giving away a lead, especially at a time like this when we need all our points, it's always hard, he added. I definitely think it was a better game all round than the Leeds game, 100%, but as I said, we always want to come away with all 3 points. That's what we'll always try. It doesn't matter if we're playing against any team away, for the talent on the pitch and things like that, I feel like we should go and win games like that. That sentiment cuts to the heart of Liverpool's current predicament. With 34 points from 20 matches, they sit 4th in the Premier League, already 14 points adrift of leaders Arsenal and 8 behind the top 3. For a squad of this quality, it is an underwhelming position. But that is all for today's video. Thank you for watching, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. We post all the latest Liverpool news every day, so join our fast growing community so you never miss out. Thank you, I'll see you in the next video.